Oh yeah,
I've
right.
told you that before.
Yeah, sorry. For some reason, my mind just made a lapse on whatever you said, and for some reason, I heard you talking about how on Boxing Day, people went into the streets and started boxing poor people.
No, they give boxes of food.
I mean,
the
yes,
day
I
after Christmas is
understand
called
now.
Boxing
In
Day.
retrospect, it makes a lot more sense that way.
Yeah.
Is
I like
Spidey
the
already live?
idea. I just
In
want,
that case, I'm
let's
going to
open up my menu.
copy the link and post it here. Thank you for watching so far. Please move over now to Drunk Spider-Man, who will be taking over for the next 45 to 60 minutes.
And hopefully not.
And when are we back,
crying
Nick?
horribly.
We'll be back. Well, the schedule on screen usually shows that.
Yeah, I know, but I can't see it, Nick.
Fine, you can't see that.
And
I
neither
can't
can
see it
people
either.
looking at it on small screens.
Fine, fine. Apparently, I will be back at 6:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Or 1:30.
How long away is that? Is that like
45 minutes?
in about 45 minutes?
Where
back
I'll
on
be
here.
streaming my magical train journey.
But you don't even know what game you're playing it in yet.
Well, he's got 45 minutes to figure it out.
That's all you
I think
need.
I'm going to order a pizza.
Oh, what an excellent idea. Do you think we could get one in 45 minutes?
Probably not. But then again, I'm busy streaming and you could go down and fetch the pizza.
Yeah, but I'd have eaten it by the time you'd finished your game.
What? How inconsiderate! Anyway, again, thank you for joining us. Please move over now to Spidey, who will be doing the stream for the next 45 minutes, and we're terribly grateful for him doing that. Afterwards, he will hopefully redirect you all to me.
See if I remember.
He probably does.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Catch you later, Spidey.
Yep. Have a good rest, break, whatever.
Yep.
Pizza.
Bye for now.
Cheerios.
All right. Oh, great. Just in time for my chat window to not be working right now. Give me a second. Just relaunch Restream chat real quick. Oh boy. It's really good timing. All right. So I am going to be playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. For people that don't know, this game is probably one of the top ragey games of 2016, 2017, because we're still in 2017 for a lot of us, not 2018 just yet. And basically, well, you'll see, because I'm going to start fresh. My chat's back up again, which is nice. All right, yeah, let's start from the very beginning. It's a pretty cool game. I enjoy it, actually. I'd say really Cuphead? People are that ragey about Cuphead? Weird. So you're a dude in a pot, in a cauldron, really, and you have a hammer, and that's how you get around, by swinging a hammer. I mean, that's how you're supposed to move around as a regular human being. And you kind of look like Putin a little bit, so that's kind of cool. See if I can remember how to play, because like I said, I played a little bit of it and wasn't getting too ragey with it, and like it was hard for me to figure out why people were getting so absolutely insanely ragey. It's not like I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm really good at the game, because I'm not. You do fall and it sucks, but it's one of those things that, you know, it's about the journey, it's about getting back up after you fall. And it's one of those and like the guy that, I guess the dev actually has stuff in it about, you know, like I don't know if he's just trying to be pretentious or what, but or just trying to be even more aggravating to people.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. The This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Oops.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game.
Whee.
It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
There you go. So yeah, this game, like I said, it's one of the top ragier games of the year, which is kind of nice. It came out pretty late in the year too, and this is one of those like watch a bunch of people play it, and I was laughing my ass off, obviously, because watch people freak out, throw their chairs around, throw their headphones around, that kind of stuff is always pretty funny. But so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. Why not? And it wasn't that expensive, obviously, because it's a little, like, it's an indie game. They tend not to be super expensive, so I grabbed a copy of it, and haven't, like, hated it. Like, I haven't actually rage quit it. Like, there's been times where I've just had to walk away from it, like he does say, but, like, it wasn't out of, like, anger or frustration. It was just, you know, like, I was, you know, played it for a while and just wanted to take a bit of a break. Oops. Oh, there we go. Calm down, sir, please. There we go. Oh, we go. On the ledge.
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating.
Maybe.
But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
It's a tough area. Chuck's funny though, it's contemplating of getting over it. Yeah, like I said, it's frustrating, but I don't know, I find it a little bit relaxing. Like he kind of talks about it, it's a little bit refreshing in a way. Like it's nice that you're not like again, one of the things that they talk about in the like in the little voiceover stuff is like you're not guaranteed progress, you know. You're not like when you play it, you're not really what's what I'm looking for. Like it's about personal trips rather, like it's about your personal voyage through it rather than, you know, like given essentially being spoon fed like levels basically. This part gives me trouble as well. It's a tough part of the game. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people get really frustrated, because getting through this part tends to be a little bit more on the luck side rather than skill. And in doing so, and having fall, like making it all the way up and then falling back down, even to down past this part is a little bit crushing. Didn't hook it. Can be a little bit like upsetting, but I mean, like I said before, like I don't know, I don't really freak out that much. And even if I do, even if I start getting a little bit frustrated, I'll probably just end up moving to another game. Like I said, I'm not super highly invested in this, and I think that's probably the trick. And I'm sure a lot of like, I wouldn't say, I always hate to say this about like quote unquote professional YouTubers or professional streamers, but a fair amount of it, I'd imagine, is just for show, at least in my opinion. Like I said, like it's frustrating, but it's not like I think there's overacting a lot, but I guess that's what you pay for or what you get for free. So I rage out on spin tires, let alone this game. Really, spin tires. And that game can be a little frustrating.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
Thanks for that tip. And like this game was purposefully made to be difficult. Well, I don't know how much of what like he says in the voiceovers is true to form. You know what I mean? Like if he's actually saying that he's doing it not to compromise his morals as a game developer, or if he's doing it specifically to make a game that is intentionally frustrating to play, which a lot of people like to say about this game is that it was made to be absolutely hard and obnoxious and anger. So see you later, Babon. Oh, there we go. I always forget that tree isn't solid, and it that was close. Oh, up there. Nope. All right, that's fine. Oh no. Oh shit. No, there it is.
Well,
so that's the one that I'm talking about. That drop is what.
That's a deep frustration. It's a real punch in the gut.
Like guys will lose their shit on that drop specifically because that one's tricky, and there's no safety blanket there. It's just falling back to the start, and you can go all the way down. I was lucky enough to not go all the way back to the start, but I'm pretty close to the start. So, you know, that happens. It's part of the game. Really. Like, I don't know. It's difficult to get a following for being difficult. Then there's a game that can make a lot of money. Well, I mean, a lot of devs do it for the art of it, I guess. But I mean, if you spend any time on YouTube watching Let's Plays, you know this game because of how much popularity it's gotten. So you don't have to be making a shit ton of money off every copy being sold, because you're going to be selling a lot of copies potentially. And even if it's just people like me that are just like, oh, I'll try it out to see how it is, versus like, again, other like YouTubers, streamers, also kind of like me that are doing it because, you know, other people are doing it as well.
Oof, sorry about that.
Because other people are doing it, and because of the name recognition of it now, I'm sure that people are going to be trickling in because of that, because they're looking to see, you know, essentially the same as what other streamers are doing, which is, you know, yelling, screaming, crying, pleading, like all the stages of denial, basically. It's like, no, please, let me get over the next hump. And like, if that's what you're here for, I'm just like, you're not gonna get it. I'm a pretty cool, collective kind of dude, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I said, I actually like enjoyed this game. Like I said, I find it refreshing at times, because it's not, everything in it isn't being like just spoon-fed to you the whole time. Like it's a struggle, but it's not a fair struggle either. It's not like Dark Souls is tough, but Dark Souls is beatable. This game, unless you're, you know, putting 130,000 hours into it every day, you're not going to like those. I'm sure those speedrunner guys put a lot of time into figuring out all the little nooks and tricks and little shortcuts and other like little aspects of it. And like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I like the game. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not attaching my ego to the outcome of this of this play session of it. So you're not, like I said, this isn't going to be, oh god, I didn't make that.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Ah, yeah, I remember that part now. I just remember that the next part is the shimmy, shimmy, which isn't actually entirely that hard. It's just kind of annoying to do.
Oh, no.
See, this part's all about momentum, and the thing is, if you get too flaily, if you get too reckless, then you're gonna end up shooting yourself off the edge too far. Like right now, I'm bouncing back a little bit, but the higher you go, the further out you're gonna go. That's gonna end up with you back at the start again, because this game does not have any safety blankets, no safety nets here for realsies. And it could be worse. It could be a lot more, I guess, inconvenience to losing rather than just having to do it again. But, you know, like I said, I don't find this game that rage-inducing. I find games that, for me,
over time, we've put more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy.
The only games that really get me really salty about are games that I know I can do well in and don't. This isn't one of them. And it's not because I'm saying I'm doing well in it, it's because I know that it's difficult to do well in, so it doesn't get me ragey. It's games like, the biggest one for me has always been Chivalry. Medieval Warfare has always got me real salty. Back when I played it a lot more than I did. Or a lot more than I do now, because like I just don't really have it installed at all because it gets me going, and I know it does. Ooh. This part's kind of tricky because your mouse is actually reversed, which makes doing stuff like this kind of annoying.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
A lot of people screw that up and then end up back at the start, which is no fun.
There's 3D models of
this
breakfast,
part's tough too.
Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash poetry. Epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Some sweet poetry, dude.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Don't you do it? There you go. Oh, bummer. What was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I genuinely enjoy this game. I find it kind of interesting. And, I don't know. It is what it is. 2 mins and 4, like 4 seconds or 0.4 seconds is the best, because that seems pretty insane to me. I watched one person do it in 4 minutes, like when the game first kind of came out. He was going for like a top record, but didn't end up getting it in the 4 minutes. But and then you could tell his run was a little bit sloppy. And I'm not trying to like talk shit, because I'm far from that level, and I'm never going to go anywhere near that, but welcome to the ASMR sleep stream. Well, and today we are going to be playing oops, this part always gets me. I've had time getting through this part, and I did like once and then did a big fall and had to take a breather, but again, it wasn't, it was nowhere near screaming, yelling, and crying. So man, that umbrella is tricky. Even if I think that is an umbrella. Oh, game pro's up a little bit. Weird. But yeah, the game that always gets me going is Chivalry. Just because there's a lot of weird game, I wouldn't say weird game mechanics, because I'm
in this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
What the hell is ASMR? I can't remember what it stands for, but it's basically like people whisper talking in microphones or doing various things that people find to be quite soothing, because it's like sounds like whispering in your ear, which apparently some people are really into. Hello, child. Well, I'm enjoying it. Watching men children screaming is dumb. At this dumb game is flat out annoying. Yeah, I mean, some people, like I said, I find it pretty funny. But I mean, you can only probably watch that so many times before getting quite frustrated. This part always gets me, by the way. So we'll see if I can get it. If not, it's just another hill to climb.
What?
Yep, there it is.
Oh, it happened again. Oh. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Thank you, Foddy. I appreciate the words of encouragement. Smoke penis head. That's nice. It's nice wording. Yeah, he kind of sounds that way, but that's one of the things that always throws me off, because I don't know if he's being like genuine about everything he's saying, or if it's just the fact that he's intentionally trying to aggravate people. But whatever. Like I said, I enjoy change every once in a while. And there's also so many open world crafting sandboxes you can play that are out there. You know? I like something a little bit different, and it's kind of nice. Let's see if I can boost myself over. I tend not to jump this part. I actually kind of like falling down to where that ladder is, because I can get that momentum going. Because a big part of this game is momentum, but another big part of it is doing stuff like that, which I don't like as much. It's harder for me to control. Whoa, that was a big spring. To control the small stuff, but it's kind of like watching golf. And then the hit. Ooh, that's a good one. Oops, there we go. See if I can just actually, instead of trying to fling myself, I might just strong arm it. There we go. Yeah, that works. Getting up this umbrella is kind of tough because it's got a lot of slippery edges. There we go. Ah, I like to hook that with an arrow. Almost fell. That's okay though. Yeah, the umbrella's tough. I like to grab that wheelbarrow though to get the momentum to get up to that rake. Most of this gameplay, I guarantee, is going to be at this part. I can pretty confidently go through the other stuff. It's this area that is kind of no man's land. I've only seen above this part once, and it's probably about a quarter way through the game. So I think there's that. There's a higher up part that's like low G and stuff. It's pretty intense. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh shit.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down.
All the way down.
Mary Pickford.
But yeah, like there's a part up top that's like 0G and stuff, which is kind of neat. There's a bunch of like asteroids and junk like that. Pink trolley, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's weird. Like that part, it's like kind of like this part down here where it may not have as large gaps, but it's all about momentum. If you can carry yourself through that part with momentum, you get up a lot easier because your hammer's spending less time slipping on a surface and more time propelling you forward, which is what you want. Oh shit! Hook that when I didn't want to. And then there's always like these old like music that it plays too, which is kind of funny. It's just about like getting over it and stuff. Like I said, like I don't know. It's hard to tell if this game is genuinely made to troll people or if it was the guy's like I wouldn't say dream, but like Bennett Foddy talks about in a lot of this stuff is like they're not compromising. Like if you couldn't get through a part in it when he was in the development process, it wasn't because he thought that it was poorly designed, because he didn't view himself as a good enough player. You know what I mean? Like it's less of the fault of the dev and more of the fault of the player. And like saying stuff like that, I can see how it can be a little bit rage-inducing for other people. I kind of see his point. And like I said before, like games that are intentionally made to be played difficultly don't bug me. It's games that are difficult to play that shouldn't be, that do. If that makes sense. Like I rage quit in Overwatch a lot, but that's because I'm being put into matches against people that have played the game a lot longer than I have, that I should never be in a match against, in my opinion, because I have no chance of winning against them just out of sheer playtime. That frustrates me more than a game that's intentionally difficult to play that I keep falling down a hill in. So that's just like my opinion, but that's kind of where my stance has always been with stuff like this. So like even with I'm kind of bugged out, like stuff with Dark Souls, like I like playing Dark Souls, but But it's not because it's difficult. It's difficulty with a reason. Like if you actually delve into a bit of the world of Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 and all that stuff, like the actual world lore, it's difficult because it makes sense to be difficult, not because not because it's like known to be difficult. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different than stuff like this, but. There's a big difference in my mind with stuff that is intentionally versus not intentionally. So, it's not a snap bad metal vibe. This chimney, see if I can make it up here without too much issue this time. Like I said, it's a tough one. If I can even get up this platform. There's some aspects in this game that you have to take slowly and some that you have to take quickly. This is one of the ones that I always forget that I should take it slow because the hammer's less like you slip with deliberate motions versus me floating right now. I don't like being over here though. I prefer to jump myself up. Dennis says, I don't mind difficult games as long as they don't step into the male cow waste region. If the hitboxes are not broken and it's not pay to win, it's simply unfair, which is when I get I say fluff to this. Yeah, I hear you. That's kind of my viewpoint too. At least for a lot of stuff. So can barely hear you over the music. Yeah. I thought about turning the game volume down a little bit, just to help with stuff like that. But then he does like the crazy narration stuff, right? So like I don't mind talking over the music, but the narration I don't want to, and I don't want the narration to be real quiet. So we'll see. I might just put the mic closer to my face when the music plays, because it plays it. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, depending on how well I do. Plays it after fall. It's already be heard over you. That's just common sense, really. That's real life. If you go anywhere.
Did you get over it?
Not yet, but.
Oh, okay. Did you wish a happy new year to Bangladesh, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, and 6 more?
Did I? No, I did not. I'm 10 minutes late, unfortunately. Sorry, people from those areas. So.
Well, happy new year to these people.
Thanks.
That's all I'm here to do.
Thanks, Mir. Are you sticking around or going back?
I was planning on having some naps, but I guess I'm here now.
No, it's okay.
It's too late. I can't have a nap in 20 minutes.
Oh, what's wrong with the 20-minute nap?
I wouldn't fall asleep properly, and if I did, I probably wouldn't wake up in time.
You'd just be groggy. Unpleasant.
Probably.
Have you figured out what you're doing for your train journey yet?
All along. It's been there the entire time. I just fooled everybody. Oh, you're at the point where Minty was having problems.
I've got a bit ahead of this, but then I fell. But, you know, that's a part of the game.
It's part of... It's about getting over it.
Yep.
Oh, also, hello, Tammy.
Oh,
sorry
Tammy.
for just crashing into the stream there.
Hello, Tammy.
I don't mind. Oh, hey, Sal.
There's also Sal.
This part is one of the trickier parts of the game.
Well, how do you do it?
I wedge myself, like climbing up a door frame. Oh, but sometimes that little hammer swing doesn't work properly. Whoa, Dennis is getting a little bit personal, I think, with you here.
That's alright.
But yeah, this part sometimes gets a little... My hammer's too low, I'm not going to be able to swing it up in time. I almost have to be like right... You guys can't see where I'm trying to get, but that's okay. Whoops. Now you're in here distracting me. Not saying I'm...
Sorry, I'll be more quiet.
It's okay. I don't mind. I'm just finding something
Wouldn't it be easier to just try and push yourself up and then try to sling the hammer into the lights?
You can, but your positioning's a little bit off when you try to do that. At least from my experiences, because when the hammer is low, you're more likely to throw yourself down rather than up, like if your hammer's up. But there's a little bit of a rock lip there. But the issue is, because you're wedged, you have to bring it in at a certain angle. Like, you can't just bring it straight down. Like you normally do to pull yourself off. You have to bring it down and over, or else you end up with that bow, and you waste you waste, basically, for me, I waste my mouse pad space, and I end up going off pad, which is bad news in this game. Everyone's telling me to stop backseat gaming. I don't mind him asking questions and adding suggestions, because he might see things a little bit different than I do, and I don't mind.
Well, fine. I'll just move on to social commentary then. Jesus, cowslappy Christ, you look tired.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I don't. It's because I'm focusing, and I've been up since 3. Well, about quarter.
I think it's more the latter than the former.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm concentrating. See, like that's what I end up doing, is end up hooking myself. We'll see in a second. But, it's one of those. I don't know. It's still in the same place. Wow, went to make dinner. Yeah, I got ahead and then I fell, but it happens. If I get myself on this rock like this, wedge my hammer up here, pull myself up. Nah. It's because I think my mouse is in a weird spot. Give me a second. Swing it around a little bit. Make sure I got enough room. Here we go. I think now we're going to be able to do it. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Wedge her in. Pull it over and down. And stop. Oh, missed it. Ooh, wedge myself up. Get over here. Try this again. That's the biggest part about this area that a lot of people don't like, is the reset. Because a lot of times you kind of have to get on this rock to get that little bit of extra height. And trying to maneuver yourself onto it can be a bit of a pain. Happy New Year somewhere. About 15 minutes.
Bangladesh, Nepal, something around there. India, Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Getting on those lights is kind of tough. So I just need to get over it. I waited too long. Nope, I did it again. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like I said, I keep bringing this up, and I'm sure most of these people have heard me say it about 1,000 times, but I find this game refreshing, so. Oops, there we go. Fling myself back down. But it's all about, you know, learning from your mistakes. Just going through defeats without too much upset. It's perseverance, the game. It's been a while since I played co-op, and I kind of miss playing co-op. Even though that game was, again, one of those games that is just outrageous. But not impossible after you get a nice flow to it. But I always found the visuals of co-op pretty goofy. So might make it to Times Square New Year's. Oh. Quite a bland country. Oh, Istanbul. Times Square. They'd go absolutely crazy. I wonder if, well, a lot of stuff in Canada right now has been cancelled for New Year's Eve because it's, we got a big cold front coming through. So, like in like in Ottawa, a lot of the outdoor festivities have been completely cancelled because of it. The bands were basically cancelled because they didn't want the musicians out on the stages in that cold, because they're supposed to get like a, basically like a cold front of like -45 with wind chill, maybe 42-ish, 40-ish. So it'd just be very unpleasant for anyone outside, and they don't want to risk anyone.
Potato did mention that he currently has -30 degrees Celsius in his place.
Yeah, so they don't want to
Which
risk.
sounds a bit harsh.
They don't want to risk people getting like severe frostbite and stuff because they're going out for New Year's. But that being said, they are going to still doing fireworks actually. But I mean, that's a small group of people that, you know, probably know what they're doing. As long as they don't light campfires to stay warm, I'm sure they'll be okay. How are you guys liking me struggle? It's 24 degrees here. That's not too bad. I'm assuming you mean not Celsius, because that's warm. See see if I can creep. Here. Oh, no. Move my mouse again. Ah. Like I said, this part is it always gives me trouble. I think it gives a lot of people trouble, just because of its goofiness. Shove your hands in the fire shove your hands by the fireworks. That'll warm them up. Yeah, just shoot them on the ground and just chase them around with your hands behind them. I'm sure nothing will go wrong at all. It's like every once in a while you hear about those explosions in fireworks factories, and you're like, oh man, like it's hard. Like,
hang in there.
I get it.
Don't let it get to you.
Don't let it get to me.
But also, let it get you a little bit.
You seem to hear about explosions in firework factories a lot more often than I do.
I mean, it comes up every like 2 to 3 years. I've noticed there'll be a news story about explosions in a firework factory, and it's one of those just like, I get it, it's shitty, but you also work in a fireworks factory. It's one of those things that, you know, isn't all that surprising. And it's I find it like it sucks and stuff, but like I don't like you work in a fireworks factory. Like, come on now, it's gonna happen. You should have yourself prepared for such things. Hey, look, I made it past. Whew. See if I can actually get up this hump. All right. Whoops. There we go. Nope. Yep. Okay. Come on, baby. Don't you fight me on this. Up and over. No. I'm not gonna boost. Boost! Just gonna fight me, eh? I get it. This guy is surprisingly jacked. So. Oh, nope. It's one of those things, too. It's like, how much does the cauldron weigh and how much does he weigh? It's like, I can only imagine this dude is just absolutely ripped, like Hulk levels of strength.
Maybe the cauldron is really light and he doesn't actually have any legs.
Yeah, that'd be the trick. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think cauldrons are light as a rule.
They're not. They're usually made out of...
Easy. Oh. Boost it. They're usually made out of cast iron, usually. There we go.
That's the word.
For a cauldron, he's quite well exercised, yeah. Yeah, maybe he doesn't have any legs. That kind of makes sense, but then how's the cauldron staying on him? Is it like glued onto him? Like super glued? Oh, here we go. Climbing that hill. Oh, back down. Alright, back to this building. This building is all about the momentum. Ah! Which can be tough to establish. Ah! It's all about getting that little bit of
swinging
boost.
around like that makes me really nervous.
The trick is to not like it's a short stroke. Like it's either you bring it in and over, but then you bring it close to your body, and then you come back around wide. You'll see it when you'll see a slow motion replay when I'm on the ground. It's like I said, it's all about just building up momentum and getting, especially this part. Ah!
The soul would have no rainbow had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
That's a good quote. Thank you, Bennett, Foddy. Yeah, it's oh, come on! Don't you fight me! Ah, oh well. Let's try to get up here again. That was a good boost, but I wasn't expecting to go that way. Come on, up and over. Nope. It's the breeze here from the stairs. They're quite annoying. Yeah, for me it's all the heating in my place is baseboard, so it doesn't do the best job. We have a couple like portable heaters that really make the difference when the temperature's just dropping this low. Whoops. I want to try to sit on that walkway up there. That's the goal anyway. We'll see if I can actually... I didn't expect my hammer to stick to that. Because you have to go from really fast to really slow, which is tough. Lower myself down. Plus this is slanted, so it's pretty nerve-wracking. Swing her around, bring her back up. Here we go. And then if I'm smart, I'd set myself down right on the edge. Which is right about... Oh, that was tricky. Came back a little bit. Bring her in. Park her low. There we go. Now we're cooking. Don't hit there. Jaws Price being bored to death from a Canadian crew or Canadian member of the ground crew on his way. On his what? Oh, I hate Trudeau rant. I don't know. I think some people need to get like the whole. I don't know. When Trudeau was being like when we're going through the elections, the biggest anti-Trudeau ads on the TV were always just like, he's young, get him. Like it's like, and then you expect that to work. Like I get the biggest part, like the largest chunk of Canada's population are baby boomers, and I could see how that's kind of like a always young and not experienced, so you know he doesn't care about you. But I don't see why they decided to go with that angle for their campaign, because it almost seemed to work against them, at least in my opinion. It was one of those, like, I felt a little bit bad because like one of the clips they kept showing was him stripping during a fashion show, or at least taking off a dress shirt during a fashion show, and just like, oh, he's not prepared to run a government, look at him. But like, if anyone actually did the research into it, it was that show was for charity. It's like, oh yeah, he's such a bad guy, look at him do all this charity work. Like, it was one of those just like, really, like, you guys can at least curb the smear ads a little bit. Whoops.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
I didn't even fall that much, and yet he still did a sad quote to me. I don't know, I didn't like any of the people during the last election. I definitely didn't want Harper. I mean, the Green Party's not where it needs to be yet, for like a lot of the real political stuff. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. There's a lot of just kind of weird stuff going on with the Canadian governments right now, or the different like political parties. So it wasn't like I still went out and voted, but I did what they call a refusal. So it's similar to spoiling a ballot, but it's, in my opinion, I think it's more of a message. Basically, I went in, I got my ticket.
I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities. It's still in quiet conscience.
And their tally.
William Shakespeare.
And I get, that it's not a vote for anyone, and blah blah blah. But at the same time, too, it's I don't know. In my opinion, it shows that I don't feel confident enough in any of the political parties to actually place my vote for them, but I'm still willing to vote as a citizen, because it's hard to people are literally dying for the right to vote, so it's not right not to vote, but or to just stay at home when votes are happening. So at least going out is showing that I'm willing to vote for someone, even if I don't agree with the people that are there to vote. Whew, I made it on this hump. So
you cannot now believe that you will ever feel better.
I wonder if I can, like,
but this is not true. You're sure to be happy again, and knowing this,
really
truly believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
It was like a secret way of getting up down here. Maybe not. I have to get out of the way from that. Yeah, there's no way. I think this is just the place to fall. The music is pretty loud. I'm sorry. I try not to talk too much, so you guys aren't missing anything. Any of my excellent commentary. Whoops. Whoops.
Oh God. Did you just really fall all the way down there again?
Yep, it happens. Part of the game.
You're taking this very lightly.
Like you're taking it harder than I am.
Oh God. I'm already having a nervous breakdown. I'm just watching. Giles Price is suggesting we should help a bit.
I saw that. Still a little bit too early.
It can't be that early still. Hold on, let's see.
It's 1:30.
Okay, maybe that's a bit too early.
Oh boy. Come on, baby. Give me. Yeah. That was a good recovery. Oops. There it is. We're back up. Oops. Yeah, so, I saw a comment pop up saying that no one that is charity can be a bad man. That's not what I was saying. I was saying that if you're trying to make a smear ad, don't use someone's charity work against them, because that's not how charity work works. Especially again for smear ads specifically. They're just like, look at this guy. Look at how bad he is helping out. You know, I'm pretty sure it was like a, especially I think it had something to do with children too.
The vertical wall here has a way of getting it harder the more times you try it. I think anger makes you swing the hammer harder, and that can push you away from the wall.
It's talking shit. It's pretty cool. Oops. There it is. Sit my cauldron down. Mirror. Well, how am I doing on time? I haven't really paid that much attention.
In theory, we'd now be switching over, yes, but I'm currently very engrossed in the process you're going through here.
You're just waiting for me to freak out, aren't you?
Partially, yes. That's part of the experience, really.
Oops. This part is a little bit weird, just because, like I said, you have to go backwards. Like, after you get moving, it's fine, but getting moving is the difficult part. Easy. Stretch. Place. Bring it through slowly. We're in business. Look at that. Back up to... That was no time at all. What, 5 minutes out of my life? Not even? 2 minutes out of my life? I'll take it. Whoops. Almost fell back down.
Impressive.
Not as impressive as the speedrunners, but I mean, that's just speedrunning in general. Guys figuring out weird glitches in Skyrim to, you know, use pots to travel through walls and stuff. It's pretty neat. I found speedrunning interesting, but not something that I'd want to pursue.
Yeah, I have no idea how people actually find out about these weird glitches.
Trial and error.
How do you trial and error placing down a cabbage pot somewhere in the corridor half a mile away from your goal, and then going through a sewer gate accidentally teleports you to the end of the game?
I think it's like a series of unfortunate events. I don't think you do it all at once, right? Like it's like someone finds out that you can, you know, do that cabbage one, and then someone else knows about that the sewer one, so the cabbage one, and then like with the online being a thing, right? And it's just that sharing of knowledge, and someone like posting a video about how, oh, look at this bug I found, and people are like, oh, cool, and then speedrunners are like, I can use that.
I can use the cabbage
yes,
pot.
The cabbage pot is my sort of thing. So I think it's I don't know, it's one of those things about being in the digital age, I suppose, especially for those guys. But then again, I don't think speedrunning really existed before. What is even up here? I've never been up here. Hello, child. Come here. Take this hammer.
Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Mary Fry.
That damn child threw me off the edge. Bucket flying machine is my favorite Skyrim glitch. I still like the bucket stealing things from people thing. Just put a pot over someone's head and then rob them for everything they own because you are not in line of sight. It's always the best. Getting it to a high enough level of pickpocketing that you can pickpocket someone that you're currently fighting and you steal all the equipment off of them. Or sorry, right before they actually detect that you're about to start fighting them. Like if they detect you, you have a little last second to pickpocket them and just steal all their weapons off of them. And then they turn to fight you and they don't have anything on them. Beach ball is trying to get my goat. Let's see if I can do this. Nice little boosty on all those boxes. I gotta swing underneath those, underneath the shelf to try to get on those other boxes. Oh, there it is on these boxes. And now underneath this shelf is where I'm going. No, covering people's buckets with a head is a feature. I'm sure they meant it. Well, it's like stuff in like Dishonored too. Like the whole, one of the things the devs found out from the playtesting was that you could jump off a building and possess someone, and normally jumping off a building would result in your death, but then you could then the possession wouldn't because you transport into that person. And it was one of the things that came up during their playtesting. Like their beta testers found it, and they were like, "This is pretty cool, and it makes sense in the mechanics of the game, so we're just gonna leave it in." So I'm gonna try to scoop myself by throwing my hammer upwards, and I'm gonna try to catch the lip of the bottom of that shelf. It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, almost. Yep. Oh, getting there. Come on, baby. Kick, grab, lift. Oh,
to live
that was close.
is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering.
Get up here.
Friedrich Nietzsche.
At any point that you want to start going, let me know.
I'm currently just waiting for that thing where you failed. Oh, okay, you just failed.
Yep.
In theory, I'd be almost ready. In fact, just let me quickly grab a drink and maybe Sal so she can read our chat for me,
cool.
And then I'll be ready to go.
Yep. I feel like the bucket helmet in Skyrim is the same thing the box hiding in Solid Snake. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Hi, Spotted Cow. You're just in time to move over to Sal's channel very, very, very shortly. Oops. Whoa, getting a little violent. Because Mir is going to do his magical train journey, which I know for one I'm excited about because I missed it last time. And I have a bad habit of not watching other people's videos. And it's more so because I'm too busy watching like quote-unquote major YouTubers stuff, but that's because I really digest.
Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain.
I wouldn't recommend staying around for this train journey. It will be a lot less exciting than the last one, seeing how this one doesn't have zombies.
The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
Satya Sai Baba. That's a name. That's a good name. Sounds like a Star Wars name, to be honest. At least the Sai Baba part.
Sorry for interrupting
okay.
this narration. I couldn't hear that.
It's okay. Favorite thing to do in Skyrim is train my alchemy / smithing / pickpocket by paying for the skill lessons and pickpocketing the money. I can dig it. Just stealing it from people. Just like, oh, I'll give you this money, and then just immediately pick it out of the pocket and say, hey, look, this is new money. You haven't seen this before ever. Ha 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 ha. You ready, Mir?
Just a moment, setting up OBS. But feel free to already start directing people my way.
Yes, absolutely. So, you guys need to move over to Salford Sal, one of Salford Sal's channels, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. I will post her Twitch link in the comments in a second after I'm done getting up past these barrels. I just want to get past the barrels. And then we can start our magical train journey, which I might be around for. What's on after?
I'm going to do Life is Feudal, Forest Village, the finale.
And that's a big gap, so actually I might not be around for that, just because I want to get some more Z's in.
Yeah.
Get a nap in.
That seems to be the wisest choice.
I'm gonna end right by these garbage cans potentially. Come here. Get up here. Get up one at a time. Nice. Stay. There. Oh, freaking out. Get on there. Stay. Good. Hammered, dude. Alright. Time to post some links. So
I should have probably gone live by now so you can actually post links.
Yeah.
So I just threw your Twitch out. Yeah, I threw your Twitch out, and I need to find your Facebook real quick. Mainly because I watch it on Facebook. Or not. Yeah, I'm just gonna post it, let everyone know. I'm trying to find your YouTube real quick.
There's the game. It just blew up about 800% in size. I just thought, why am I looking at a black screen? And it turns out, oh no, it's just right there in the middle.
It's putting
London.
In the guy's pocket. Nice. I need for you to go live before I can post the YouTube link because I'm too lazy to actually find out what your YouTube gaming one is.
Fair point. Hold on. I am sure I can supply you with the link in a moment as soon as I've got Sal sorted out.
I'm sure most of the people here are already subscribed. And if not, they should be.
Unlikely. They would never do something like this. Where's Sal's stream?
Here is Sal's channel.
I am only 3 subscribers off 500.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I just posted your...
Better don't subscribe now, otherwise I'm not prepared for a subscriber milestone.
I remember when I hit 10 subscribers and was absolutely amazed that I actually made it to 10. Because I was expecting like 4 or 5. And most of them would just be you guys.
Yeah.
Look, a very
Potato
easy,
says peekaboo. Hello,
handy
Potato.
to use direct links to our stream. Thank you very much for joining Spider-Man. We'll hopefully be returning to him at a later stage where he'll be still alive.
Yep, I might die, but I mean, that's the joy of doing the Streamvester. Is the
Streamvester.
all too real possibility of dying.
And hello to Ralph.
Right,
hello, Tammy Patton and Charlie. And good night.